Hello, soul fam, what's up? What it do? Welcome to K&M Witchery, or readings by K&M. That's me. Hi, hello. For those of y'all who may not know, I am Kat Nicoletta Monroe, and this is going to be a little bit of a different type of reading, especially for a spiritual check-in on my channel, because we're actually going to be peeking into somebody else's energy. Okay, it seems that my soul fam has been having somebody on their mind, and it's likely someone who has wronged them in certain ways. Is this resonating with you? Is this you that I'm talking to? Let me know in the comments down below, because if you'd walked away from someone at any point, soul fam, that person that you walked away from is currently facing some sort of karma. Now, before I get started on the official reading, also, number one, note, this is a YouTube reading, okay? So only ever take what resonates, leave the rest for another soul fam member. Also, join the chat, okay? Just hit that subscribe button. When it comes to karma, we often hope, perhaps, even if unconsciously, sometimes really deep down, we'll never say it out loud too much. I mean, I do, I don't really care. But anyways, I digress entirely. You wish someone to feel the same type of hurt that they put onto you. And our ego literally wants to like mirror it. Like you want to do exactly what they did to you, but like a little bit more, you know? Karma doesn't really work like that. Because people behave the way that they behave based on the patterns and conditioning. So they're likely going to say yes to different types of experiences that will whoop their ass in a karmic way, in a completely different way than you ever would. Do you know what I mean? So please don't be looking at this reading as like a complete projection of your experience with this person. Because again, whatever karma, which is a repeated lesson that they are meant to learn based on how it is that they've treated you, is likely going to reflect differently, is what I'm saying. Okay, so it ain't gonna be apples for apples, okay? It may not even be a fruit or a vegetable. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just take a sip and move on. What is happening? So let's look at this person's thoughts of you right now. We have the Hierophant, the Five of Wands, and the Page of Coins. All right, so first things first, with the Hierophant coming out here. I was told to take this out too with the Five of Wands. This person's envious of how it is that you pursue. Whether this be a person, a career, manifestation in general, you seem to find within you the answers that you need, and perceivably, it comes so naturally and easily to this person, regardless of how much you know you have gone through in order to gain such wisdom and go deep into your soul and unlock this kind of intuition and guidance within you. They have this blocked within them. And so, honestly, like, you trigger this person with your ability to like move on and become better and heal and actually do the things that you said you were going to do, no matter how like ridiculous you may look like. And honestly, this person thinks you look ridiculous. Let me put that out there. So like there is some envy as far as like potentially you could hold some sort of an authority over this person, or that is the way that they perceive you right now, that you are somehow more elevated than them in some sort of way. I mean, the Hierophant is who he is, right? And they think of you as someone who is, it's like they want you to be a novice, and yet they recognize that you're not. And I think perhaps maybe this person has a perception of you that's trapped in an old version of you that just no longer exists, you know? with the Page of Coins and the Hierophant here, I mean, this is immense growth based on experiences, based on getting your hands dirty, and facing your fears. Again, chasing your dreams, whatever that may be, because there is something here about success that is just like ringing loud and true, that now your external environment is reflecting a lot of the changes that you have made and the person that you've become, and that no matter how silly you may have felt or looked doing whatever it is that you were pursuing, you accomplished it after all, you know, like your payoff was worth it. And with the Five of Wands here, the Five of Wands is my ego play card, you know. And obviously, considering these are their thoughts of you, they're probably unconsciously, if I'm just looking to like peek under the curtains there, they're probably like fighting themselves for not listening to you at one point, because there is this tinge of jealousy that I'm seeing, this envy of who you were to who you have become, and likely because you've walked away from this person, right? We're definitely sensing that. This is someone whom is no longer in your life as of right now, okay? No matter how long ago it was you walked away from, whether it was 48 hours ago or 48 months ago, you know what I'm saying? This person recognizes your impact. And unconsciously, say you were a friend to them, you urge them to come along, you know, but they didn't want to look foolish, or they didn't know what they were doing. They were unwilling to take on this Page of Coins energy. The Page of Coins is honestly, it's my favorite page. Second comes the Page of Swords. But the Page of Coins is unafraid to get their hands dirty, to just have fun, and it's okay if they fall down and bruise their knees. Lord knows my knees have taken a beating. I'm clumsy. It's the matter of wanting to do. And sometimes people are really stuck in their headspace too much to actually pursue. They're stuck perhaps maybe in only manifesting and saying all of the affirmations, but never in fact acting as if they trust in the outcome of the manifestations, right? You did. This is really resonating with some of y'all. I love that. Thank you so much. Give it a like. Show your support in some sort of way. I love hearing from you guys and hearing your stories and your resonances. It's always so interesting to me how individually everybody just takes us in. So let me know. I mean, it seems as though if you're still here, you know exactly who this is about. And it may resonate. And Queen of Coins, you're really grounded. You could be a female tuning in right now. It doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Either way, there's this grounding of feminine energy and self-confidence that can only come through trial and tribulation. You know, it's beyond thinking about the obstacles that you're going to overcome and how to overcome them, but actually pursuing the positive outcomes despite any challenges and bruises and all of that, and effectively accomplishing everything that you set out for because you were brave enough to actually do it. When the coins are coming into a reading, this is a very physical energy. With the Five of Wands here, I mean, they could also see you as someone whom had really gone through a lot of their own ego battles. I mean, we all started somewhere. Lord knows I was no angel, okay? I always had it in me though, hence who I am now. But like, regardless, that little like devil, this egotistical brat whom hasn't done any healing, who doesn't know any better, who wants to rebel against how it is that they've been conditioned, and likely talking about teenage years. Perhaps this is someone who knew you since you were that old, and again, they have you trapped in their minds as that person still. They go, well, I know who this person really is because this is who they were, without opening themselves up to acknowledging the efforts, trials, tears, tribulations, blood, sweat, everything that you put into becoming this wise leader who is grounded, who is confident, who has overcome and has something to show for it. Yikes, you really trigger this person. Or this is also a dream, okay? Because I'm here, it was all a dream. This could be something that you are still in the midst of pursuing, right? And your lack, okay, no, because there's always fear. It's inevitable, right? But despite that fear, you're willing to face it because you know that life begins at the end of fear. And so you're looking at this fear courageously and you're saying, you know what, I'm going to do it anyways, despite it. And I'm going to do the right type of mind work and mindset training and action, all of that, and believe in myself and ground myself the best way I know how. And all of these things just are no longer spiritual woo-woo. They just become a lifestyle. They just become whom it is that you are. And that triggered another person's inability to want to do that because they keep fighting either themselves or you or an aspect of yourself, and they just ain't where you are right now. And that's never to say that you're better than anyone or more elevated or anything. It's just when we conquer our own depths, okay? This Hierophant in this particular deck has no fear of opening up that Pandora's box, so to speak, and uncover what lies within. When you have peeled back all of these onion layers to yourself, you've reached a depth that you can meet in another person, although unless they have reached those depths themselves, are unable to. And so there comes this big resistance and this big battle that could likely be triggered within somebody. And if someone is unwilling, those triggers can turn toxic and resentful and envious, boastful, really gossipy. This person's really got a lot to say. That's all I know. Three of Swords and the Star. To the Soul Fam tuning in, I really truly believe that you had done whatever it is that you could have to perhaps maybe have this person come along this wonderful ascension journey with you, okay? And by ascension, I just mean like having these epiphanies, you know, like you like to share your new perspectives and your experiences and show this person, hey, it's been worth it all along. Just do this and try this, but like perhaps maybe you kept urging them to do it their own way too. I find Coin's energy is very individualistic. The Three of Swords and the Star comes in because at some point or another, it was divinely guided for there to be some sort of heartbreak in this connection, whether it be platonic or otherwise, okay? Karma is that repeated cycle of a lesson, and it hits harder and harder every single time. Eventually, you got tired of being hit with their karma and their lack of will to step out of those karmic lessons with new actions. And it can become frustrating. And you walking away, okay, because the star is very fleeting. It's very quick. It comes and it's gone, and it's like in a flash, you know, and you're sitting there going like, wow, that was awesome, but like what just happened? Or like, you know, or you just missed it, you know? There's something about that. Like you were here and then you were gone, Soul Fam. And that, I believe, also triggered some abandonment wounds in this person. Okay, so what could honestly be the case here, especially with the Five of Wands and the Three of Swords, is that they may resent you for that. You know, you abandoned them. You were gone. Perhaps maybe they never thought you actually would leave. But again, you, my Soul Fam, tuning in, we're at this point of like feeling anchored. And I know that it sounds horrible to say, although what leads up to the point of which us empaths or friends and leaders and whatever it is, once that buildup of your heaviness eventually slows us down, you know? And we're willing to grab all your shit as much as possible and help you. Although there comes a point where you're just like throwing baggage on us and we're just standing there going like, you ain't even holding shit anymore. Like, I'm now doing the work for you. So inevitably, you end up dropping the shit and you walk away. Because there's only so much a person can handle. There's only so much another person can take on. It weighs you down. It anchors you down. It bypasses another person's ability to succeed. And that's also to say that it's never anyone's fault, okay? Free will is just what it is. It's free will. You can do whatever you want to do. And it hurts this person when they think of you thriving, succeeding, being beautiful. Likely there could be a glow up. I think people really follow you with a Hierophant energy here. This is the very first energy that came out, okay? Like they perceive you as someone who perhaps maybe in their perspectives, again, could think that you were a little bit more high and mighty, regardless if that is the way that you see yourself or act. That's perhaps maybe something that you could reflect on. But nevertheless, there is definitely a tinge of like haterade on this, right? I think this person has yet to actually overcome any of the pain and realizations that you perhaps maybe had thrust upon them, okay? Especially by leaving. Like this star card, whew, I keep seeing like a shooting star and it's fleeting. Like I said, that's the only word I want to say. So let's take a look at their actions towards my soul fam right now. I am actually pulled. The one card that did come out, by the way, is the Knight of Cups. I will leave that as an energy in the reading, but I am pulled to a different type of deck right now to get this answer. So let's do that. But I say their actions towards you or their intentions? Let's do both. Actions and, okay. Okay. So you know how I said that like the Knight of Cups came out, right? We also have two King of Cups on the table. So this is hugely predominant energy. We have the Nine of Swords, more mental agony, as well as the Five of Cups. So I do want to note that you trigger a lot of need for change in this person, just because there are fives in how it is that they feel and think about you, and also when it comes to their intentions and actions towards you, there's change. Got it. The intense agony, whether they've chosen to show it and actually feel it, I think that this person vents about you a lot, you know, which means that they're only ever intellectualizing the experience with you as opposed to actually like feeling through, and again, going into their depths, you know, ow. You struck a nerve with this person, and they could be learning a lesson right now to truly, in fact, move on. Their actions towards you is to move further and further away from you. I believe, just from a bias standpoint here, seeing this overall picture, number one, it's definitely meant to be, you know, free will causes people to do whatever it is that they believe is best for them. And in moving further away from you, just because I'm seeing a lot of like these ships here, you know, they're actioning this movement from where it is that they're leading, and also doing it from the heart. Like they're unwilling to actually face what you have triggered within them. And when they've tried to, I think that they had attempted to walk in your footsteps when they themselves were meant to swim. The path to authenticity is led in a completely different way. Like how many different types of readings can come from one single tarot deck? However the cards may fall will range per person, per decision, per energy, if you will. And I believe that how you went about discovering your way to obtain and become whom it is that you are now, they weren't able to do it your way. So they weren't able to follow your footsteps because they didn't even have feet to begin with. They had fins. This could be a water sign that you're dealing with. Okay, so like, who is that? Scorpio, Cancer, who am I missing? Pisces. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case. And or you just really trigger those aspects of like their chart within them, okay? Like you really bring them into their depths, right? Because their actions right now, it's to go further away from you, which I think is a good thing, okay? Because now perhaps maybe they're noticing that they're actually meant to feel. So their actions right now are in fact to feel. I think they don't want to face them, but I also think that because this is karma that they're facing, they're being forced to go within. They're being forced to move further away from you. You've done your due diligence in this person's soul journey, however it is that resonates with you, and they are to face their own stuff. And honestly, I do think that like you hold a very secret flame of inspiration for this person, but I think the pain that you induced by choosing to walk away has also caused them to really feel these wounds of abandonment and unworthiness. And that sucks, you know? It is a part of the circumstances. It's something I myself have experienced too, both being the star that came and went, as well as the person whom had really had to face these wounds due to another person leaving. And however it is that this person is willing to face their shadows, you have something to do with it. And so it also has to come with the acknowledgement and acceptance that, so fam, at least for this junction in this person's life, at the point of me reading this and channeling this person's energy within you, you have to be okay with being the villain in somebody's story. It may have never been your intention to hurt this person, to even walk away. Like, I think that you've like just hear like, come, like, it's like you kept urging this person, and also giving them advice, but they took that the wrong way somehow. They were incapable to meet you and receive you the way that you have met and received yourself. Do you understand? And now they're meant to do that on their own way. And you, despite your wonderful intentions, have caused a ricochet of experiences for this person to go deep within. How do you feel about that? Because this is the reading. Now we know, okay? And I hope whoever this serves, that this reading gave you what it needed to give you. I don't know what that is right now. You let me know in the comments down below. Again, I think it really needs to come with a deep form of acceptance of two people walking away from each other to experience things entirely differently, and in their own way. And that you're a little bit of like a villain in someone's story because of it. But hey, it is what it is. I don't know how this resonates with y'all. Let me know. There's going to be an extended, if of course you're still here and resonating with it, I want to take a look at what success you've got going on. Okay, so if you are interested in this, we are going to dive in. and see what is coming up for you, soul fam, because I will say that once we let go of these baggages, so to speak, okay, I know that sounds kind of harsh considering this is a person, but you tend to elevate. And so choosing to also let go of someone, as difficult as it may have been for you, and I do feel this Three of Swords cutting both ways, okay? You got some new coming your way. So I want to know what that is for you. If you are interested, a link is in the description box below. It'll take you over to my VIP Patreon. Soul Fam tier, by the way, which gives you accessibility to collective consciousness, channeled messages that I offer practical spiritual advice in and around. So basically just here's what's going on unconsciously, and here's how to deal. Okay, that has a 7-day trial period too. So you guys could like check out a little bit more of who I am and what I do and what I offer. And if you are liking it, then you can subscribe. And of course you can cancel anytime there as well. VIP though is the one that gets all the extended. So if you're interested in that, you get everything I mentioned already, plus all of these bonus juicy details. And honestly, without further ado, I really want to jump into the sex. Oh my gosh, maybe that's part of it. Woo! Success that awaits you. Oh boy, I think we're getting 18+ with this. I'll see you there, Soul Fam. Bye.